Okay, so the reel, I think I've shared it before also. It's called Quick Wins. And Quick Wins, it's talking about momentum, it's talking about motivation, which everybody randomly and very regularly uses and looks for. But for people like me, it's more of inspiration and more of something which kind of makes you go forward, and it keeps you going because you have phases or stages, or you have probably at some time of the day, or maybe at some point of the year, or maybe in the kind of work you do and stuff, you do feel a little like off or uninspired and stuff. So these are these refreshing lines which really help me, and they kind of reflect how I think and I feel. So let me share those. They say that momentum fuels motivation, and it keeps you going. It drives you, and without momentum you cannot go anywhere. If you aren't in momentum, and if you aren't motivated by what you're working on, you're not going to be very good on it. But my thoughts on this is that it's okay to be motivated. I mean, you can be motivated about everything, but you have to be inspired. You have to be creatively wanting to look forward to what you're going to do next and stuff. And this is what they are sharing, and they're saying that the way you build momentum is by getting something done and then moving on to the next thing. And no one likes to be stuck in an endless project with no finish line in sight, and being in the trenches for 9 months or maybe 10 or a year and not having anything to do for it can be a real buzzkill, and it definitely burns you out. So how do you get that motivation, or how do you get that inspiration back, and how do you kind of get into that momentum and you move? You're basically going to be looking at the habit of accomplishing small wins along the way, and as you have small victories, they kind of add to the bigger ones. And like they say, I think in Hindi there's a saying that boon boon se ghada bharta hai. So similarly, in that case, tiny improvements that you have, or tiny add-ons or additions or victories to your everyday life, or to what you've been doing over months and stuff, is a great way to keep the momentum going on. And the longer something takes, the less likely someone is going to be able to finish it. So basically, you have to be enthusiastic, and you have to be excited, and you have to be kind of looking forward. And they say that excitement comes not from doing something which you've been doing, but also comes by sharing. And planning is easy, planning can be boring, but if you have, rather than planning, if you're implementing it, say for example, if you're in a restaurant, or if you are let's say in a hotel, or if you're in an exhibition, or if you're really in a art gallery, you may be watching art and stuff like that. But the moment the cocktails, or maybe the wine and the food and everything comes in, you start getting excited about it. So similarly, when you're planning a menu, or you're planning something, it can get a little boring, and it can get a little tedious, and you may get a feeling of you're not able to go forward and stuff. So when you have something exciting, which is bringing the food on the table and laying it, that's where the excitement comes in, and that's how you kind of that's how you kind of spark yourself in a way where you're igniting your passion and stuff like that. So without getting too poetic about it and stuff like that, this is what I wanted to share. And in the long term, they say that if you have a project happening, it's very important to dedicate one day, or 1 day in a week, to think about your small victories and then generate enthusiasm. And as you have small victories, it's always a great idea to celebrate them and to release the good news. And it doesn't mean like some people think that if you're sharing continuous good news, you're basically bragging, or you're basically showing off, or whatever. Well, that's a very like a different school, depending on different streams of work and different locational mindsets and stuff like that. But it's always a great idea to share your small victories, because as you share, the good news kind of grows. And when people appreciate, it's and you appreciate what you've done and stuff, and you look back and you think, I finally done this, and now what am I going to do next? That's going to basically helping you, and it's going to basically energize you, and it's going to energize your team. And then probably your customers and clients are also going to look forward, and they're going to be excited about what you're going to do next and stuff like that. Um so ask yourself this question: what is it that you can do in the next, let's say, 10 days or something? And now you have 2024 coming in. What is it that you're going to do to play? What is it that you're going to do to work? And what is it that you're going to be planning yourself, so that you have a better, role to play in everyday life of yours and other people and stuff? And what is it that you can offer to people not through what you've already done, but what is it that you're looking forward to doing and stuff, because you have to kind of have plans, and you have to have kind of some goals and ambitions and aspirations and stuff. Otherwise you're just going to be going with the flow and stuff, and that's not a very inspired way to live. So the point is, start planning. The point is, start reworking. The point is, start looking at writing down what you want to do and achieve and stuff. And if you have some great plans, great. And if you're enjoying the holiday spirit and stuff, that's also fine, because Christmas kind of does have that rub off on many of us. But then there are people like me and many other people like I've met today. They're looking at the larger pictures, they're looking at the larger plans, they're looking at what they want to do in the next 3 years, 4 years, 8 years and stuff. But yes, of course, with uncertainties and stuff, one can't say. But then that's not the way we need to think, because life is long, and you got to look back at how you were when you were younger. And when you were younger, you never ever thought about what's going to happen tomorrow, and how bad life could be, or how uncertain life could be. But facing that reality is something different. But when you're on your work, and then you're on your own creative path, and you're on the world, when you're in the world of designing, or you're in the world of marketing, branding, or creating and stuff like that, then you have to look forward, and you have to certainly go forward, putting away all these unnecessary thoughts which have come into the minds of many of us because of probably corona, or just whatever personal experiences or environments or stories that we read and what we watch and stuff. So avoid soaking yourself into stuff which is uninspiring, and look at stuff which kind of gets you moving, kind of gets you inspired, makes you want to do more stuff, and try and be a part of such circles and companies and follow that kind of stuff. Because in the creative world, it's very easy to kind of look at one kind of stuff and have that one cassette playing in your mind, and that can be boring, and that can be a little uninspiring and stuff. So it's great to acknowledge how you're feeling, but the point is, how do we come out of that, and how do we get into the action mode and stuff. And it's better that you bounce out of it, and it's better if you look at way forward, and it's better if you question yourself and you write down what the plans are and what the stuff is. And that should be helping you. And it's not just about kind of planning, it's also about implementation. So when you get into the implementation mode, that's where the magic happens, and that's where the results come in and stuff. So hope this helps, and thank you so much for writing in, and thank you so much for all your likes and thoughts. And thank you so much for appreciating me. And I'm really honored to have many people on my Facebook page whom I've been meeting of lately, and some people from other parts of the world and stuff. Thank you so much for making me feel so special and hearing me out, and kind of saying yes to yes, and acknowledging that certain thoughts and facts and certain insights that I bring on the table do kind of go in sync with yours and stuff. So let's attempt to be in this together as always. So love and luck. I'm Justin Kapani. I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Decor and Design, and we are in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions. So maybe if you take a look at the video, you will be changing something or the other in you, and how you think and how you work. And I'll be more than happy if my video kind of makes somebody think differently and stuff and act differently. So this is Jashin Kapani, and my office is at Sector 4. And I'm so glad to be back in the office today. So if you want to meet up or anything of that sort, we can plan a meeting either at the office, or we can meet for a coffee anywhere or wherever which is comfortable and which is convenient and which is happening, because Christmas is also here. So everybody wants to feel good, and if you're not feeling it, please push yourself and get into the zone of feel great and feeling amazing. So signing out, I'm Jashin Kapani, and my email address is jashinkapani.im@gmail.com. So you take care and have fun. And we don't have Sophie around, but anyways, this is cheers to a nice cup of sizzling hot coffee in the night. Yeah, sorry about that, but this is what the color scheme and everything is. And I know it's got this broken thing, but it's one of my favorites. And till the time I don't plant in this, I'm not doing away with it. So I think by the end of the year, I'm also going to be making a small contribution to the world of environment by planting maybe a nice plant in this one. So take care and have a blast, and Merry Christmas in advance. Bye bye.